You told me a lovely story when you were in an elevator. Was that at a particular conference or something?
Yes, well, that was just in where I work. Around, yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, so I've had the privilege of leading a lot of people to Jesus, a lot of people from different aspects of life. But and people always say it must be really difficult for scientists to give their lives to Jesus. I haven't found that, I haven't found that, and so led people, experts in human genetics, international experts in human genetics, dean of dental schools, etc. And the way it normally goes in an elevator, so people know I'm a man of faith, and so you would get in and the conversation would be, and we talk about elevator pitches, don't we, in business? You've got 30 seconds or 60 seconds to give a pitch of your business, right? So the conversation usually goes down the subject of evolution and creation, all that kind of stuff, and I'll just stop them there because I actually want to speak to the person's heart. I don't want to get involved in an intellectual debate over an event that neither of us were at.
Yes, that's right.
It's like discussing a party that neither of us were invited to. How'd the party go? I don't know. I wasn't there. Were you there? No, I wasn't there. So should we discuss it for the next half an hour?
So when they bring up evolution, you say, "Well, I wasn't there."
I wasn't there, and you weren't
there.
So I could say what I like, and you would disagree with me because, but I wasn't there. So how? And then vice versa. I said so. We could spend the elevator ride in actually. I could ask you how the pain is going in your right hip that you've had for 5 years. And then the response is, how do you know that? And I'll say, the God that you don't believe in just told me that. And it's true. So then as the doors open and you're about to leave the lift, there's a decision moment, isn't there? And the decision moment is, we've had a nice conversation and we go, or I say, actually, I could pray to the God that you don't believe in, but I believe and I have faith for you to be healed. I can pray for your hip right now for that pain to go, or we could just leave. And from their point of view is the fact that it's a win-win. They can't lose, can they?
Sure. So how do they react in that situation?
Well, because usually there are no spectators and people kind of worry about how they look and all that kind of stuff. Like, I would feel a bit embarrassed. It's usually just two people in a lift and they go, all right then. All right. So, and they expect you then to walk away and pray for you like somewhere later in there. So we'll do it now. And they go, okay, what do I do? I said, nothing. And you pray your best prayer. And because we're in a lift and the doors, you don't want to keep the doors open because they have a fit, don't they, those doors, if you start, my best prayer is, hip be well. Jesus heal this man's hip or this lady's hip or whatever. Yeah, I mean, because you haven't got long. You
don't need to labour the point.
No,
and Jesus knows.
You can't go from sort of Shakespeare soliloquy prayer, So, and I would say that, we were talking before, is the fact it's close to 100%. It might even be 100%, but, let's say it's close to 100% of the times that person is healed instantly.
And what do they say?
Well, part of it is they're shocked, So there's
because this is in response to the God that they don't believe
exactly.
in.
What has just happened, and so usually at that moment it can lead to someone saying, well, sometimes people say, well, I want the whole lot. I want the whole enchilada. I want to know the person Jesus who's just healed me, and I don't just want God on the outside. I want Him on the inside. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? But often it's a case of I'm slightly in shock. This is a good thing. I'm having to process it, and then I get an email saying, remember that time in the lift? Yeah, can we have a cup of coffee to talk about that? And then it becomes a process or a journey where we unpack that and unpack the Jesus who's just healed them.
What I love about you, Mark, is that you're a professor who is world-renowned in dermatology, and but you are a person who carries the presence of Jesus wherever you go.
Thank
and
you.
You're both a professor and you're an evangelist.
Yeah.
In that sense, aren't you?
Yeah.